Morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me on Conversations with Kenzie. These video series are just about motherhood, relationships, navigation, sharing, connecting, about what is going on, how to maybe navigate based on everyone else's stories together. It is a very lonely world, or it could be a lonely world if we aren't reaching out and trying to connect with each other any way, shape, or form we can. This post is about self-care and what that means and what that looks like to me and how to kind of navigate around that and the trials and tribulations that it actually brings and the guilt actually that it brings too. So again, my name is Kenzie. I am married and I have three beautiful children. And my husband and I are leaving for Mexico tomorrow from Monday to Friday. And I am so incredibly excited. I have like my swimming suits, well, one swimming suit at least packed. I have no idea where my sandals are. My cover-ups, no idea. So I have like some stuff packed, but I know I need to do a lot more of it, obviously. But as much as I'm excited and looking forward to going and getting out of this like -7-degree weather in Minnesota, and just having like time with my husband, we're meeting my parents down there and my brother. As much as as I'm excited about it, on the other hand, that's how guilty I feel and heartache and just like, just the fact that leaving my children, and I know they'll be safe. I know they'll be well taken care of. My friend or my family and my sitters who are coming in here and watching them are probably better cooks than I am. And I know my children will be on their best behavior. Knock on wood, hopefully won't have any problems, but it's still so hard to say, here, please watch my children while I go out and have a blast. Like in sunny Mexico or wherever that is. There's so much planning that goes into it. Like you have to have a plan of a plan of a plan. And then if that doesn't work, you still need another backup plan. Just the amount and the physical and emotional drain of what it takes to set every single day up, what it takes to do pickup, drop off, dinners, baths, nighttime routines or bedtime routines, morning routines. To have someone kind of come in and fit that mold, even for a little bit, into your everyday life is so hard and a lot to ask, I feel like. And I know I need that. And I know that when I'm down there, I'm going to have such a wonderful time. But in the back of my mind will always be my children. So what I'm wanting to share with you guys is like, how do you guys move through it? And I'm not complaining that I get to go to Mexico. That's not what it is at all. It's just like, whether it's a date night, whether it's just planning to go to a meeting for 2 hours, the amount of stress and the amount of, again, that emotional drain and tug and pull on your heartstrings, to a certain extent, that does take a toll on you. But I know for my self-care purposes that in the long run, I will be a better mother. I'll be a better wife. I'll be a better daughter, better sister, better friend, because of all the time that I'm taking to re-energize myself and to bring my best self forward. I feel like these past few weeks, without the sun in Minnesota, I feel that, you're kind of like living in this shadow a little bit, or like you feel like this huge shadow's upon you. Not in a depressive way for me, but just like in a kind of like a melancholy a little bit, because the sun just brings out that brightness to a certain extent. And that vitamin D just nourishes you. So I feel like these past few weeks has just been like like been crawling, like, you know what I mean? And there's been like these huge, great, bright spots. So for me to go down to a place where it's like constantly sunny right now, I'm elated. So excited about it. But these past couple weeks and even couple months of planning to go on this 5-day trip vacation is like, oh my God. My husband and I look at each other and we're like, is this worth it? Tell us this is worth it. And it is. And we know, because we've done it before, that in the long run, yes, it is so worth it. It is so worth it. It's worth the planning. It's worth the heartache. We were eating together like an hour before I am recording this video, and I just started crying at the dinner table, but at the table. And Asha's like, Mom, oh my gosh, I'm gonna start crying right now. Mom, why do you have a tear in your eye? Are you okay? And it's like, yeah, Mommy and Daddy, are leaving tomorrow, and we're gonna have so much fun, but we're just gonna miss you so much. And to constantly remind them that we will miss you, but you are gonna have so much fun with everyone that's coming in and watching you guys. And we're so thankful for everyone for doing that. Obviously we wouldn't be able to have this type of a trip or vacation without them and our support system. But it's still kind of like, it's still hard. It's still hard to leave, again, whether it's for a meeting or whether it's for a vacation, whether it's for just like a date night. It's still really hard. So I wanted to share with you, my thoughts and feelings that taking time out for yourself and taking time out with your husband or significant other is worth it. It's worth it for your marriage. It's worth it for great role models. It's worth it for your communication. It's worth it for everything. But I know on the back end, like all the stuff over here leading up to this is so hard to plan and is so hard to do and make sure that all the puzzles or all the pieces fit together in this big puzzle that you've created in such a beautiful, mind-blowing, by the way, that when you finally get to the airport or when you finally close the door in your car and it's just you and him or you and her, what have you, or just yourself, when you first take that deep breath, you will feel so much better. Or at least I know I do. And so I wanted to ask you what you guys do for your own self-care rituals. And it doesn't have to be a long vacation like this. If you can see, I painted my nails, and every time I leave on a trip, whether it's a work trip or a vacation, my girls have the same nail polish color on, just as a nice little reminder. So I painted mine orange, and so they'll have that before we leave. And that's just a nice little ritual that we do together. And I wanted to know what you guys do. And again, it does, like I said, it doesn't have to be a long trip. It can be, I have a cup of tea and I make sure that it's warm. Or my hot coffee brings me so much gratitude. Honestly, doing my nails for 5 minutes, it doesn't have to be a pedicure or a manicure. But I know that when I look down, and whether I'm going on a trip or not, that's beside the point. I know when I look down that I took 5 minutes of me time to do something that I feel good about. And that lasts until the nails start chipping, ladies. That lasts through an entire week. And it's the little things that make up the big things for me in the long run. And I know this trip is a huge trip or vacation. I know that. But it's the little things before I even started thinking about this vacation that really helped me when the sun wasn't out. It's just that really helped me stay that bright spot, I guess you could say. So I would love to know your rituals before you guys leave your kids. Do you have a certain song that you guys sing every day together? when you guys are away from each other. Is it a book? My husband also puts a picture frame of the kids, and he sneaks it in my suitcase. And so when I'm unpacking, it's like a nice little surprise. I absolutely love it. So now the girls and Naveen are starting to do that too. So I just want to know about your stories and how you guys get through this, and let you know that hopefully I'll post something in Mexico, but I know it'll be worth it. But I understand getting up to that point of actually leaving and securing and planning is so hard. But in the end, it'll be worth it. Love you.